Circuit setup. And we're live. We're live. Hello, everybody out on the interwebs. Welcome to our front end lighting seminar here. We're going to talk about some great Goldwing lights we have here at Gold Strike. I'm Ken with Gold Strike. This is Lance, our general manager here, and we're going to start up with let's talk about front end lighting. You know, in the world of motorcycling, of course, let's fire these up and we can see it. We've got you want to be seen, but you also want to look good. And having worked with Goldwings for many, many years, decades actually, myself and our team here,
Yeah,
we understand that you guys like lighting. And
be a chance.
yep, I like the lighting too. It's one of my favorite things. I'm one of the designers here, like I said, Lance's general manager. And when the new Goldwings came out in 2018, we literally stopped everything else we were doing and jumped on designing parts for these. And the first things we said we wanted to do was lighting. And it's probably the single most important thing you can put on a motorcycle to both, you know, hey, well, let's honestly, one, you want to look cool, but number one important is to be seen. So that's what we've done. So we're going to go over just a few of the lighting products that we have here. And we're going to start with the rotor covers. So these are rotor covers, of course, down low there. They are run and turn. Oh, it'd be nice if I turned the right side on there. How about that? So they're run and turn amber, all LED, all plug and play. They're pretty easy to install. You got to run the wires back. It's like I said, it's all plug and play. The design of them is so that they will allow the beauty of the original rotors, brake rotors, to come through, because this has been a popular item in the past on Goldwings back to the Aspencade days, and even before that to the Goldwings, where you had the big hubcap kind of look on the front. And so when we designed these, we wanted to do something that was a little bit more modern take on that same idea, but more airy, lighter, because those other ones,
cool, more cooling.
yep, more cooling, and it keeps it. And there's some adjustment in there as you install them too. It allows you to, as you can see on the page here, if you're watching on that, there's all the parts you need to install them and wire it come with it. The only thing with all of our lighting things you're going to need to have a wiring harness of some sort, which we'll go into in a little bit. But all the lighting comes in the way it is. The way it comes out of the box, you can run it back to the auxiliary switch. It's an auxiliary circuit.
And just have running light.
Yep, and then you just have a running light. So if you want the turn signal and whatnot, you either need our rear lighting harness, or even better yet, the distribution block. So that is our rotor light. So if everyone's watching this too, well, before we move on a little bit, if you do have any questions about anything you're seeing right now or anything else on here, go ahead, throw it in the comments. We're monitoring that. And our good friend Kelsey here is going to shoot up a flare. If there's a question, we'll answer it for you, you know, in real time if we can. So I appreciate that. Next from the rotor lights is the nav lights. You want to talk about those?
Yeah, the nav lights sit right in that little pocket where your rotor, where your reflector was. So that we give you a nice white bright light that helps you be seen, and then a nice amber turn signal. They're simple installation. They too run back to underneath the seat to plug into one of our two wire adapters, either the wire adapter or the distribution block. And they just simply go in. They have some adhesive on them. They have a single bolt on there. As you can see in the kit, it has everything, all the zip ties you need, and they're ready to go right out of the box. Nice and clean. You can run them with or without the rotor cover you're seeing on here. Some of the trikes that you have out there, they will change on all these front end parts that sit down on the lower fork legs due to the different manufacturers that have designed. They've changed the forks just a little bit, but they fit on the OEs. If you look at serial3d.com, we list within each item what trike kits they will work on and not work on.
Exactly. So we work with the trike companies when we can. Most of them are great to work with, and some things can fit, some things can be modified to fit, and anything that can be done, we make sure that we can fit the trike to, if possible. Some of the front ends they have are so completely different; it's a different product.
Correct.
But we do know those guys, and we talk to them quite frequently.
Yes, we do.
So we love our trike friends. I want to show you also on the same image that we've got here, And for you guys that don't see the second image here on your camera, you might want to bring that in and zoom in on. It's not lighting, but we also have caliper cover and the fork cover in these images too. And those are available in chrome and black. And these were all designed together to work together as a unit or individually. So if you want some of it or just one part of it, it's always going to look good, and it'll always fit together with if you want to add the other
Yeah,
parts later.
the caliper covers have a nice big opening in the front that scoops air in, brings the air in, helps cool them off.
Yep. And with lighting, it's just, they're all designed to work with the lights, without the lights. But with the lights, you get some great reflections. And at nighttime, well, it's really a cool effect when you have all of it on there. So that's the kind of the lower fork lights, and that we have everything, the lighting for the front wheel. So moving up, we're going to move up to the engine lights here. So these are just a nice, simple little part that go in there, and these are engine lights. They're run and turn. If you want to hit the turn on that one, you can show you kind of what these look like. These turns, it's a chrome piece or a black, depending on which flavor you'd like to have, and they very easily screw right on to where the injector covers are, using the hardware that comes with the kit. And they're really easy to do. Now, in the picture you can see online, if you do have a shock and awe system, we also have a version of the lighting that's a piece of shock and awe. It's one of the strips that sticks to the back side, and that's how you're going to get a cool glow up on the engine that you can make it do a bunch of different things. And it's fully adjustable in colors. And shock and awe, you can go to goldstrike3d.com and look up shock and awe and see all kinds of videos about that. We're not going to go in deep on that today because that's kind of its own thing. But that's what you're seeing right there. So it cleans up that engine, but it's also designed so that airflow can go underneath of it. It's not completely mounted straight down to the
Not sealed
engine,
to the engine.
not sealed to the engine, so air can flow underneath it and around it, so it's not going to overheat anything down there. We want to make sure that
Yep.
was it, and it even has fins on it that act as for some extra cooling where needed. It doesn't get really hot right there because those are the injectors. It's actually a kind of a cool part of the engine, but you also don't want to trap heat in that area. So
Just
we've addressed that.
no modifications to installing it. It
True.
just bolts on with 2 bolts and a couple
Yep,
spacers.
polished stainless screws and stuff too, so that's not going to rust or anything later. And it is die cast on the bottom, or the mount is die cast. I'm sorry, and with a ABS plastic shrouds and stuff, and very strong polycarbonate lens, so it's going to stand up. Because down there, you never know, it's getting hit by a rock or whatever on the road. It's not going to come apart on you.
And it resists the heat. It's made for longevity.
Yeah, and it's a nice light on the side of the bike that gives a little more visibility on the side, and without being overwhelming. So some of the lights we have are very bright. Some of them are just there to give a little bit of mood lighting for you.
Yep.
So moving up now, we're going to go to a couple of lights that we worked with our friends at Twin Art, and these guys are wonderful to work with. And these lights here, we're going to start with the vent light here, and it is run and turn, as you can see right there. It's a white light when it's not on the turn mode, and it just simply adheres right directly to the fairing with adhesive. Now it is a 3M VHB adhesive, so it's very strong, and it adds a little bit of style without blocking. Now, we've had questions before. Does this block the air intake? No, it does not. It doesn't change the airflow at all.
We have people run these things all in the hottest places in the earth and never had any heat flow or airflow issues causing high heat.
And these bikes, these aren't only our show bikes, these are also our test bikes. So these bikes get ridden quite a bit by Lance, myself, the other guys here. And when you see any of our stuff in our imagery or videos, it's these bikes that you're looking at right here. So these are our test bikes, and keeping the test bikes clean is always a job, but
Yep.
we make it work. But so we do that, and we did test that. So moving on from the vent light, coming back is the we're going to call that the radiator grill light. And again,
Yep, from our friends at Twin Art.
yep, for our friends at Twin Art.
So on this, we also have a nice run light with an amber turn. You can get them with a chrome grill or a black grill, but the little pieces around the light will always be chrome. Grill that helps reflect the light. You can see all the little reflections on the light. The light coming off the grill here, which gives it a nice sparkle, we'll say.
So this is one of those pieces, again, it's an accent light. It does give you a bunch more visibility. But it's great, but it's an accent light that you're giving a lighting effect because it shines light up onto the bottom of the this lip right here, and at night it just gives a beautiful glow that's really interesting to see, whether it's the chrome version or the black version. It's a really nice addition to the side of the bike at nighttime. So from there, I guess we can move up to our, I think we'll go to these strike lights right on top here, right? So these are our strike lights. Now I'm going to turn this bike off so we can talk about those a little bit. These are available in black or chrome as well. You know, like just about everything, if it's got a housing on it, it's available in black and chrome. I can just go there. So
Yes.
it's pretty easy to say. Um, these really integrate well into the bike, even when they're off. So this is one of those parts that you want to make sure that it looks good, whether it's turned on or turned off, because it's right there in your face. It's a major part. So
You can really see it from a long ways down the road.
exactly. So this is a glow, and it, the idea was to kind of do a takeoff of what we got underneath here. So this is your factory light, of course, right here. We wanted to do something like this, but we always thought this is nice, but it would be great if it was a little bit brighter and if it's actually a turn signal. So this one right here, if it was, Lance will throw the turn signal on here. Um, there we go. So as you can see, it's also sequential. So it's not just a turn quit signal; it's a sequential signal. And that gives it a really modern flair to it than other than just the regular
On off.
flashing on. And it
Yeah.
works really well with this because it gives it a really cool effect, a circular effect of light.
And what's nice is this thing, what the way it was designed is you don't have to modify your body work to put it on. The wire just has a little channel that it tucks up behind your fairing. You pull this part off here, your part of your mirror assembly, and you just run it down the side of your bike back
Yep.
to underneath your seat.
So it's not too bad to install, and the final effect and the look of it is really incredible. This has been a very popular product, and we just brought them out last year, so we're happy with those. Now, I had mentioned before, all of this lighting you have to plug it into something, right? And everything's plug and play.
Well, we have a startup function on this.
Yeah, oh, dude, we actually, so we do. So once you have it plugged into what we're going to talk about next, there's a startup function. So if you watch here, right here, what I started up, it's got a little animation that just starts up. It's just a little extra something. So when you start your bike up, there's
Welcoming
a
light.
little something something we call it. So it's
Yes.
a welcoming light, exactly. So that is something cool. So what we want to talk about is when we came out with all of this lighting. This is back in 2018 when the bikes came out, and we started working on these with our electrical engineer. We came up with the rear lighting harness, and it's just basically a plug and play that allowed you to put 4 lights into that. There's a left side and a right
We
side.
didn't have that many lights back then, so that's what
Well,
we
yeah,
needed.
we
Yeah.
didn't have that many lights back then, and that worked. And we had Y adapters that came off it, and it worked great for years. And as we designed it, we designed a trail to towing package and a whole bit for it. But what happened with that was we weren't sure what where the market was going on that. So later on, when we realized we had a lot of lights, and we've gone black for a minute here. Like that's Yo, we're back. Hey, welcome. We had so many lights going to it, it turns into what a lot of Goldwings have. The old ones are the same
Spaghetti.
way, spaghetti rat's nest under the seat. And so we wanted to take care of that, which is why we came up with a distribution block, which you can plug up to 24 individual lights in. So 12 right, 12 left, and it has a 5-pin harness for your
Trailer harness.
trailer harness, and it goes straight to your battery. So it works a little different way. You want to make sure if you're going to isolate something, you want to make like trailers are notorious for having a bad ground or something like that,
Yeah.
and you can backfeed in.
Or back the lights in.
Exactly. So we came up with that so that the guys at the trailers, because they were saying, we got all your lights, we love them, but we got no way to put a trailer harness on. We're like, we got you. So we came up with that 2 years ago now. It's been,
It's about 2 years,
yep.
but we have nice plugs that come with it.
Hmm.
Each circuit is protected by it's a self-resetting breaker built into the
Hmm.
panel, so you don't have to worry about
And
it.
it's specifically designed for the riggers of motorcycles. So motorcycles not only vibrate and shake and are in and out of water and heat cycles, they also throw out a lot of electromagnetic force that can affect things like relays, things like
Well, yeah, we
signals
don't
and
leave
whatnot.
none of our ports, like some of our competitors out there leave open ports and all that stuff that get salt in them, they
Mhm.
get contaminants in them, and that's just not good for anything else.
And
There's corrosion.
it's important. It's important to know this too. With CAN bus systems, like not only the Goldwings have, but Indians and Harleys both have CAN bus systems. And when we started the our parent company, of course, Zero in 2014, we were working with the brand new at that time CAN bus system on Harleys, which was pretty complex, and we had to decode quite a bit of it. So by the time these came out, we already had quite a bit of experience with CAN bus systems, and this one was actually simpler than the Harley one because they at least had a right and left side.
But what people don't realize is we designed all of our lights to work with this,
Exactly.
to work with these specific bikes. So our voltage range is so wide to be able to accommodate these bikes. Unlike a lot of the cheap ones you go out there and buy, they only work in 12 volts. This bike doesn't just run 12 volts. It runs 7 volts in some things.
Exactly. So this is kind of an idea of how we develop our stuff, some of the lighting products we have. Of course, we've got plenty of other things too. One of the ones that I'm going to show you on screen here in a second is our new Panavista Mirrors, and these were in development. Part of because of what we found out. So the Panavista Mirrors. Let's see if we've got a picture of it here. There we go. So these are mirrors. If you notice, I'm going to leave that picture up there. They attach to right where the other mirror is. We have two versions. One has lights in it, and one is just a plain mirror. But you'll notice it's got two segments to it. Well, if you remember in the old days, like I always had my grandpa when he was pulling a trailer, he put one of those yellow fisheye mirrors on his rearview mirror so he could see. Well, we have actually just built that into the mirror, so the it's dual convex mirror radius is there. So that outside part of it, where the line is that you see there, that is like having one of those fisheye pieces on there, and it extends your field of view dramatically. And with the one with the turn signal in it, when it's on, you see it. When it's off, you don't. But you never lose any mirror because of that. So when it's off, you've got your full mirror there. When it's
No
on,
little ghosted dots in there.
yep,
None of that stuff.
nothing like that. And that was it took us quite a bit of time to develop this, and we're really happy with the way they came out. Once you've used them, you and me both had the same experience. We went out because we had to do a photo shoot or something. We went for a ride, and we came back. We're like, I'm never riding again without these. They're
Yeah.
incredible the way that they like, especially if you're in the interstate and you're doing a lot of you just pounded miles. You can really see that car in your blind spot or that kind of you. I don't know about you. When I ride, sometimes the car will come up on my left side,
Don't
scare
see
the
it.
hell out of me. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, what just happened? You missed
Yeah.
it. With these, you don't get that.
No, you don't. You see a lot. It's pretty incredible. It's like having a big TV monitor.
Yeah, and in fact, these were so well received when some of the Harley guys saw them. They're like, "Well, what about us?" So we did a set for them too. They don't get lights though. So anyway, these are great additions to all of your front end lighting, and we have lots more lighting. And fine, again, if anyone has any questions out there, go ahead, throw them in the comments. And if you're not watching this live and you have a question, throw it in the comments anyway, because we will be monitoring this. Interwebs forever now. So.
With something to think about is all of our lights. They come with a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
Limited lifetime warranty on all of our lights to the original purchaser. They work out great.
To say we've got about the best technical guys.
They're here in the U.S.
Customer
They're right here in
service.
Wisconsin.
They're 15 feet from where we're standing right now. So when you call in with a question, you're going to talk to somebody who knows something. If they don't have the answer for you, they can walk to one of us that design the parts and say, "What about this? What about that?" And we'll make sure we get your answer to you. Also on goldstrike3d.com, on every product we have a section there, of course, with the instructions on it. We have videos, instructional videos on it as well. But we also have how much time it's going to take you listed right there in the section where you're looking in the information about the product and say, okay, this is going to take about a half hour or about an hour.
And they're realistic times.
Right.
They're not our tech times doing it at a rally. They are real people.
Yep. So we've got US-based support. If you have if you want to give us a call, it's 715-808-0027. And that's Central Time from 8:30 to 5 p.m. weekdays. And you're gonna get someone's gonna answer the phone. Leave a message. We're still a small company, so if the phone lines are busy, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get a call back. You will get a call back from one of our guys, and we really appreciate.
You can always send us a email.
Yep, exactly. And that email is at techsupport@03d.com and sales@03d.com if you have any other sales questions or whatnot. So
Yeah, and people, you want to come in and see us at the rallies, you go right on our website. You can see where we're at.
we got an event page right on the website, so you can see all the rallies we're going to be at. So I know some of you guys are thinking, well, I know I might go to some of these Harley rallies, Sturgis or Daytona. Well, even in that case, a lot of Goldwings at those. And you come to the Zero truck. So if you go to Gold Strike, or the Zero3D.com, Gold Strike 3D.com or Zero3D.com, there's an event. It's going to tell you all of the events we're at. We're of course at Americade every year. We've been going there since we started this thing. It's one of our favorite events. And
We always have a great amount of people that show.
well, Lake George, you can't beat Lake George.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's one of the prettiest places around. So, with that, like I said, if you guys have any questions, put them down below. We really appreciate you watching this video. We'll do some more of these. If you have a video you want us to see, if you want some a little tutorial on any of our products, go ahead to go to our Zero 3D uh, YouTube page. And we've got lots of instruction videos and parts on there. You can always call us and let us know and say, hey, can you guys do a video about this or that? We're happy to accommodate. It's what we do here.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. I'm Ken.
I'm Lance.
See ya.